Hello and welcome back. 10 new words, let's get straight into it. Of course, we got to revise 10 first, so let's just go over those, make sure that we all remember it. The month is a guy mooning. The risk, it's risky to use your eyes looking up at the sun. There we are. Eye, of course, it just looks a bit like a pictograph of an eye, as we can see there. Day, it's just the shining sun. Rice field is in 4 different quadrants. Bright, you've got the sun during the day and the moon during the night. Eye, 5 senses or 5 holes on my face. Companion, that's biblical, flesh of my flesh. Mouth is just one big gaping hole. Old is a bit like a cross on a tombstone. And then chant, we're through to the new ones. So, we either have someone chanting with their mouth open for 2 consecutive days, or chants from our mouths are meant to reach the sun and the stars. Stars are just suns, just further away, so they seem smaller. Or, from the book, you can go with a chant, tend to think of choral, if you will. So you've got the mouth of the choir master, and then the more plentiful but smaller voices of the choir themselves. Sparkle. A diamond sparkles as brightly as 3 suns, or it's a forest of suns, which is a reference to tree, which we'll get onto in a few days' time. Goods. We've got 3 hungry mouths for 3 goods to come. Spine, which connects the head and the body, also looks a bit like a pictograph if you think of your head and then your lower body there with a very, very little spine in between. Prosperous. If you work from sun up to sundown, you'll be prosperous. Or we can mention the Vulcan salute from Star Trek, used with the phrase live long and prosper. Personally, I'm not a big Star Trek fan, so I'll be keeping with working from sunup to sundown, or being prosperous if you could have 2 suns and not have to worry about night if we didn't have to sleep. Early, the sun is early, up before 10, so it's up and it's written before 10, so there we are. And it looks a bit like a sunflower, if you will, which of course are up early facing the sun. A rising sun, well, seeing as the sun is up before 10, of course it will be coming up at 9. Very, very simple. Or 9 planets revolve around our rising sun, of course, but trying to remember rising in that could be a bit difficult. So generation is 3 tens, so that's, again, rather biblical, isn't it? So there we go. Very simple. And stomach. The rice field is harvested once a month to get food for our stomach. The stomach is the part of the body that digests food, which in Japan is mainly rice, of course. Or you can see that as a head, if you will. Maybe I've done this too long that I see that automatically. And then this is the rest of your body. So it's kind of your second brain, if you will, as the stomach happens to be. Night break is the sun we can see here, just disappearing down below the horizon. Just like that. Rising up, sorry, because it's night break. So the keyword daybreak, if you will, then. So it's the sun rising over the horizon, not to be confused with dusk. Think of it as dawn, then, if you will. So now we know, let's just go back over. So chant, we have the big mouth leading the smaller mouths there. There we are. The spine is very pictographic, connecting the 2 parts of the body together. Early is the sun rising before 10, or being a sunflower, if you will. The goods, you've got 3 lots of goods for 3 hungry mouths. The rising sun, seeing just before the early of 10 a.m. Of course, it's coming up at 9. There we are. Sparkle, well, what sparkles more than 3 suns? It's like a forest of suns, if you will. You could also think of the kaleidoscopes, if you will, that you have the different lenses. So you have a load of different shining lights, and that's sparkly, or just how a diamond is cut. So prosperous, if you're working from sun up to sun down. That also helps you remember it's one above the other instead of side by side. And night break or dawn is of course the sun rising over the horizon. There we are. The generation, as we all know, is 3 tens. The stomach is the second part of the brain, or the second brain of the body, if you will. And then that's it. So thank you very much. Hope this proves to be as relaxing to you as it does to me. So until next time.